one. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Offside Opinions. I'm here with Kabir Garg, Aryan Shah, and other co-host Rishan Patre, who was not there last week.
Party!
But Paddy,
Sorry, I was AWOL for a bit.
As usual.
he's
As
he's
usual.
back
As
now.
usual.
He's here just for the diversity requirement as a Chelsea fan. Just want to
Yeah,
make that
we're never
sure.
gonna get a Newcastle fan on the pod, huh?
He's also repping his favorite player, Raheem Sterling, at the moment.
Right over here.
But yeah, so every week we have a new theme. This week's theme is player dissent and how managers deal with it. Anybody have anything they want to kick the podcast off with?
I'd like to start off.
Anything that's interesting to you guys that we want to talk about before getting into the podcast?
Yeah. I'd like to start off because Patty and me were together this weekend, and we watched this game and the United game together. And I just have to say the reactions and the style of football, the caliber of player, they were all quite different in both games. And one fan was definitely very, very depressed and had to drown his sorrows quite deeply afterwards. And any comments, Patre?
Uh, I support Newcastle, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what else to
Don't say
fucking
that. Don't say that.
Uh, honestly,
What do you feel like as a Chelsea fan, bro? As United fans, we've been depressed for like 12 years, 10
Yeah,
years.
many a time, many a time.
I mean,
It's fine.
I think everything is wrong. Like the players that have been bought are just shit. Manager, like he came in the first before the season started, he started talking about, oh yeah, nothing's gonna change. I'm gonna compete. We're definitely gonna make Champions League. And then every month it keeps changing because we keep fucking slipping down the fucking table. And it's like it turned into, yes, we'll like make European football. Now it's like, yeah, we're it's gonna take time. The players aren't good. It's just
Yeah.
Now it's just stay in the Premier League this season, I think.
now it's yeah, and if we actually get some like FFP points deduction or something, we could fucking be relegated.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll get a point. You'll get the investigations going on for like when Roman Abramovich was um like your owner and stuff. The
Yeah,
stockbody stuff is cleared up. Like the 8-year stuff, they fixed that loophole.
but I'm sure they planned for Chelsea to be in the top like six, and like the broadcasting revenue you get for doing that is like different.
Oh yeah,
What if we
yeah.
finish the season like
Yeah.
10 and everything? We're not gonna get good players. We
So
have
you're
a
saying the FFP
fucking
rules work retroactively also, like in the sense that if you haven't made this much money in the future, like if you don't make like a
Yeah,
certain threshold of
yeah, they
revenue
do.
in the next season,
I
even
mean
your
that's
previous season
no,
spending comes under scrutiny.
No,
So in
not
your
previous
previous
season
season's
spending, but
revenue could have covered that expenditure,
no, not
like the
previous
payout
season
rules, right?
spending, but wages from the last year. Like if you don't get Champions League the next year, then like you get to
The
spend
revenue
less on
goes down.
players because your wage bill is higher.
Bro, and it's like there's a certain amount of law. I think it's 15 million over 3 seasons or three. It's like a
100
certain amount of
million.
loss you can make. So if you spend more, you'll have to like make more as well,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. Okay, so it basically in Chelsea's situation will come down to wages or like I don't think like if they don't make that much revenue, they won't be able to spend that much, right?
We'll
But
have
their
to
wages,
sell players.
They're fine when it comes to FF, like they because
Yeah,
they're
I didn't think
like
that was an
8 years, they're
issue.
like amortized over 8 years. But
Yeah.
what they're looking at is when Abramovich was owner, there were some deals that happened with some of his like shell companies or something like that.
Though he's an
okay.
oligarch, he would have shot off someone or something somewhere.
So
So
it's
that's what
like
Oh
political
no, balls. He was
investigations,
just
not
spending
like
like a
football
wild
related.
man.
some shit like
He was spending
that.
other people's money basically.
Yeah, something like that, which gave like Chelsea an advantage. So I think they should be stripped of all their titles. I think.
Yeah, it makes no difference to me, man. I'm a Newcastle fan, so
Pretty plastic of you, Paddy, I must say.
Dude, no,
Yeah,
I mean,
quite
no, I'm
plasticky,
just
bro.
like I'm just messing around, but basically, like, it's really tough to support Chelsea right now. Like, the games are so fucking boring, and like, honestly, when you watch like an Arsenal or Liverpool game, like, you can hear the crowd, even a Tottenham game for that matter. Like, you can hear the crowd so prominently throughout the whole game, but like in a Chelsea game, it's just flat, dead, no noise, nobody gives a shit.
I
If
mean,
anything,
if you have to
going to
watch like Malo Gusto and Chakwi Meka and Okuchuku and all,
and
like
nobody wanted this. Like, how could we have won the Champions League in 2021 and then now 3 years later finish mid-table two years?
Everything changed.
Terrible
Everything
business.
changed.
The owner, bro. You have an American owner now. Now you realize what it is to be a United
It's
fan.
fucking
All you Chelsea fans are yapping, oh, we won this, we won that. Now you sit and you just bear the pain.
oh,
I
it's
mean, to
fucking
be fair, guys, I feel like it's unfair to generalize about American owners. I've realized.
In what way, actually?
I don't know. Like I guess the corporate interest aspect is there.
it's
I
not
mean,
American.
Liverpool have decent owners.
Yeah, a team like like owner like FSG, Fenway
Yeah.
Sports Group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. I don't think it's American owners. I think it's someone who comes in and just pretends like they know everything about a sport that they've never like watched or like we've
But
like
how do you know that Boli has never seen a game, bro?
dude, he's a baseball fan first of all. So I
So
don't
let's see
even
your background.
Dude, he's the
Yeah, but
man.
so what if he was an ardent football fan? You've been his friend since you were 3 or what, since you know.
he doesn't know anything about formations. You know what? He once said Chelsea are gonna play a 4-4-3 formation. He's talking about
No,
what is
He's
that
not
thing
your
in the NBA?
manager.
What's the thing in
He's
the
not your
NBA? He's
manager.
talking about an all-star game in
He's not your
Chelsea.
manager, bro.
Huh?
He's not
No,
your
but
manager.
no, but that's the thing. He fired all the directors and all the staff and all that, and then he put himself as like the person in charge of making the decisions of recruitment and manager and all that. Graham Potter,
has
like,
there been an appointment since?
has there been an appointment since? I mean, now, yeah, we have two like board sporting directors, which is also weird, like to have two sporting
Yeah.
exactly. Like, I don't know how that.
United don't even have one, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
yeah,
getting
see,
there.
exactly. So it's the Glazers who don't know shit about how the sport works, and then they come in and they just want to make money, so they put a hell of debt on the
You know how
club.
it works. They
No,
don't
but it's
care.
gotta be recruitment also, no? Like we were talking about this, like seriously, out of all these players, I'm gonna name 4 players. You tell me how many you knew before they joined Chelsea, okay? Malo Gusto, Okuchuku, Chakwi Meka, and I know I'll give you a nice fourth one.
I,
Like
Bro,
I mean,
Mudrik,
guys,
bro, don't you
we
Mudrik
don't know.
before
Okay,
who
Chelsea.
knew
who
Mudrik?
who
Exactly,
knew Mudryk?
exactly.
did you
Oh,
guys
I
know
Nineties.
who did before this season?
Who?
Sorry.
Doku, the City winger.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't know of him before this season. But the point I'm trying to make is that like it's fine if they're unknown players. That's completely fine. But I feel like there's a long like they must be talented also. They must be.
They're
No, but
Like
there has to be like a Benfica or like a Dortmund who'll develop them for you and make them like Big Six
Not
ready.
even that.
Like,
Like, look, Madrid, they have all these random Brazilians that they like scout. But why are you guys paying so much money for people who aren't even
exactly.
proven?
We're
I don't
paying
know.
money of
coming
made
to,
players.
do you think these players, since they got like 8 year deals now, they're all very secure, like money wise, like the 19, 20 year old, they know they're sorted till they're 20, till they're 28,
Oh,
like
I
monetary
sorry,
wise,
sorry.
like in terms of like comfort in their head. And now if they have to trade a like if they have to like get a contract, they have to like obviously they'll sign for more, right? It'll very rarely will they sign
yeah,
for less.
yeah.
So then, like, they're pretty comfortable. Do you think there's like a certain level of entitlement with Chelsea players, and like they're not hungry?
I actually read a report that there's a certain level of resentment in Chelsea players because they all know that their squad isn't good enough, and they all know that everyone is on 8 year deals.
Yeah,
So everyone's kind of like, oh, what do we do here? Like, what
exactly.
is gonna happen? So I don't know.
Yeah,
No, but that's the problem. All these people, like many people have said that, oh, Chelsea's found a loophole. It's not like these other clubs didn't know that they could do this. There's a
yeah,
reason why they
Yeah,
didn't hand out 8 year contracts for such high values of like money for people who aren't even proven. It doesn't
yeah,
now
Yeah, it's
like it's stuck with them for like I don't know how like it doesn't
yeah.
make sense.
So who are the veterans besides Thiago Silva? Who are the veterans in the Chelsea
it's
squad right
meant
now?
to, like honestly, I'm gonna say these names and they aren't like they are veterans in this team because they're the older, experienced players, but they
Yeah,
are at all
not
like leaders
actually.
of. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
not actually. So like we're talking about Sterling, and like Sterling can't even sort his own game out, so he can't fucking be a leader on the
yeah,
pitch because he's so in and out, dude. Like one game he
yeah.
plays well, 3 games he plays
Yeah.
terrible. And even in that game that he plays well, he's so bad at tracking back, doesn't do any work, like doesn't have any work rate in the press. It's fucking depressing. Then like we have Reece James, who's our club captain, who's only been around for like 3 years.
What is that
Been
stat
around the
that
first
you
team.
found out?
Oh, Reece James has won one game between January 1st, 2023 and December 31st, 2023.
And he doesn't know, besides like the Champions League, like a year before, maybe a year or two before that, he was integrated into the first team, but he hasn't really played, like he's only played like 3 or 4 full seasons, and
Yeah,
he's our
and been
club
injured a
captain.
lot. Then.
And
Yeah,
then
injured a
Ben
lot.
Chilwell, sorry,
Injured a lot also.
like, I don't understand why we sold Mason Mount. We should have sold James and we should have kept Mount,
You
but
can
like,
take him back, please.
Where
like
is he? I haven't seen him in like three, four
Injured
months.
again. He's also injured again, bro. He's come back.
Oh
But didn't he
God.
come for like one game and then like he didn't go off the pitch or anything? And then suddenly I just heard that he's injured again for like 5 months.
I think he picked up to a knock. Or I don't
And
know.
and that's a
Yeah.
Chelsea. Like I think it has something to do with Chelsea. Like I don't know what we do wrong. Like whether our medical staff are just like
Ever
big.
since you fired that physio, bro, that physio fought with Mourinho.
Dude, no, this injury thing is like very recent. And then we bought Fafana for like 90 million, a center back,
Yeah.
90 million, like 21 years old or whatever. And he's only played like 4 or 5 Chelsea games in
No,
like.
but the injury thing is happening. Like y'all are like obviously y'all like some teams face it more than others, but it happens. Like even United's had a huge injury
Yeah.
crisis
Dude, but it
because of
doesn't
the
just
World Cup
happen,
and
I
like the amount of
feel.
fixtures.
Like,
Yeah.
why do teams like Liverpool, City have like injury crisis? Like, oh yeah, fine, they have like maybe
The
four,
squad depth, bro. You just don't.
four,
Yeah.
five squad players out, but like,
I mean,
I mean,
Liverpool did have an injury crisis last season.
Yeah.
Do you remember the narrative when we were like, Liverpool needs like a center midfield rebuild,
Yeah.
all of that,
Yeah.
that was
and
because
then they got
their
Dominic.
midfielders were slow as shit. Like Henderson and Fabinho, like legs were out, like they could not
Yeah,
run.
yeah. That's why they got Samlozai, right? Again, I'm butchering the pronunciation, but
So was like,
Sloboslai.
Szoboszlai. Yeah.
Sloboslai.
no, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I
no.
hope they listen to this and be like these fuckers on this shitty ass podcast. So let's just apologize to him. We'll call him
But I
Dominic.
can't believe two of these Liverpool targets, like they wanted Caicedo and they wanted Lavia, and both have gone to Chelsea.
And and I
Thought,
don't understand. We're like this is another stupid thing. We have like a two-man midfield basically under Pochettino. And we
uh,
bought Enzo Fernandez, we bought Caicedo, and we bought Lavia all on big deals. Only two of them can play at the same time. And it
but
doesn't
that's
matter because
Yeah,
fine.
because
Then you can't complain about having no depth and then be like, we have three great
I mean
midfielders.
they're always injured anyway. It doesn't matter. Lavia hasn't even played. Like
so
he's
who was
always
doing the recruitment? Like who made these decisions? Was it when the Chelsea sporting department is Lawrence Stewart and Paul
all win Stanley.
Winstanley? So like were these lads making the decisions or was it before they were appointed?
I mean, I don't know who's making the final decision, but it's like it's really like it doesn't make any sense. Like we've started out buying all these old players, like not old, but like experienced made players
Yeah,
like Koulibaly, Sterling, Cucurella. He only had like one season in Brighton, so I mean he's just wasted 60 million on him. But yeah, like we went buying experience, and then suddenly we just made a huge U-turn, started buying only young players, and then huge fees for these young players. Like,
yeah.
but like I don't even want to. I can't even.
Woodrick was an Arsenal
It
thing.
seems like
No,
it
like,
seems like it seems like Winston Lee. I'm stalking his LinkedIn right now. He was head of recruitment for Brighton, dude. So like he seems like he
No,
might know what he's doing.
if these owners I wanted to like want Brighton players, Brighton like managers and fucking directors so badly, why didn't they just buy Brighton? Like why like we bought Caicedo, Cucurella, Sanchez. we got Graham Potter and all his staff at Brighton. Then we took their directors. That's ridiculous.
I think Boli just got excited because Brighton has American Express on their stadium. No, so he's like, oh damn, that I recognize. I'm just gonna
I have
buy
no clue.
everything. Yeah.
Like this guy doesn't know what he wants. Like maybe this is how bad he like his football knowledge is. Like he must have seen the fucking badges and got confused and bought. And I have no clue what this guy is doing, bro.
And also, the other guy, Lawrence, he was the technical director and head of recruitment before that for AS Monaco, which is also not a
Oh
bad
damn,
place.
yeah.
And he was head of scouting for RB Leipzig.
Oh, also good.
Yeah, global head of scouting for Red Bull, like the group.
Dude,
So it's like they're two pretty good, like
I mean, but they're not like elite
good
level
backgrounds,
clubs.
bro.
They
Like, do
don't
you think
know.
there's
They
potential
don't
in these
know.
players? Because, like, honestly, I'm going to tell you, okay, like, there's certain bits, like, if I'm watching a Chelsea game, I see Enzo Fernandez on the ball, see him pass the ball, and it's like if he does something right, it's like it looks so silky. It's like he's doing, like, he
Yeah,
looks like a centre mid doing his job. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Like
Like the
mine,
team
like
isn't coming
mine,
together,
basic.
but like it seems like a lot of the players can like Mudrik sometimes when he's like pacing with the ball or like he misses shit. Obviously he's rough around the edges, but like I feel like there's potential there. Like, do you feel like there's potential
Yeah.
in this team or there's no potential at all?
Shah, why don't you go, mate?
Bro,
I think the question was straight up directed to you,
that
Patrick.
was straight view. But
Yeah, this is
I'll
like
give my
Paddy
take on
Chelsea
it.
convo, bro. Paddy.
I'll I don't know if Patty agrees.
Give your
But I
two
think
cents, Shah. Give your 2 cents.
Go for it. Go for it.
but I think some of the players I can't speak for all of them. Some of them are like the recruitment's been good. Like I think Caicedo's a
Yeah.
good player to
Yeah.
have. Enzo is a good player.
I agree.
Yeah.
He's not. I know he's not like proven as much. It's just the price tag. That Madueke guy.
Yeah.
I think he's one of your best
Yeah.
players.
Yeah.
Mudrik
And
is
Kunku,
top
top
player.
scorer of Bundesliga.
Yeah.
All
He
good
hasn't been
signings.
injured, but yeah,
Yeah. So
whatever.
it's an injury crisis. But a bigger problem is how much money you're spending on these players, which I think it has an impact on like
Him mentally, right?
Mindset. Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
But
So, how do you
speaking
think
of,
managers should be managing this type of situation? Like,
yeah,
obviously,
I
that's a
was
tough
about
ass
to say,
question, very, very big question to ask. But how do you think managers should be dealing with this type of situation, dude?
no, I was just about to say, like, you guys remember, like, when Pogba first came to United, his first season is decent because he came and Ibra had all the spotlight because it's Ibra, like, everyone's gonna
Yeah.
watch him. But second season, like, after Ibra got that injury and kind of left, all the spotlight was on Pogba, most expensive player in the world. Everyone's like, oh my God, what's he going to do? And I feel like that had a lot to do with his mentality issues. He definitely had mentality issues throughout United. I don't think
Yeah.
that's for debate. But I feel like that was the start because when you watch clips of him and Ibra together, like he just seems happy. He's playing good football and he just seems happy. But then you lose Ibra, then Mourinho starts turning on him because of his social media. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it has a lot to do with how strong the players are, but it also has to do with who your manager is. Like Mourinho, any shit you do that he doesn't agree with, and you've had it from him. And some players like that. They like that tough love. They're like, oh, I'm going to show him. I'm going to be a beast now. But I think Pogba like just crumbled under it, and I don't think we saw like a good Pogba till we got Ole after again.
I don't
Yeah.
think we ever saw a good Pogba,
I
bro,
don't
for
think we saw a good Pogba, yeah.
a full season.
No, I
Mm.
remember one season, I think it may have been 18-19 or 19-20. He was first in goals, first in assists. Like he led every important start for United that whole year, first and everything.
I don't
But I
know,
don't
bro.
think
Yeah.
he lived up to that.
They off of like left mid and all. Like that I
Yeah,
remember. That's a whole
yeah,
different conversation. I think, but Pogba's a good transition into player power and all that.
yeah, exactly.
Play Paul. Yeah, let's talk
Yeah.
about that.
But before that, Paddy, Poch in or out? We'll come to the Chelsea Cup there.
Did we give him
So
some time?
out.
Like, what is our
So
consensus?
No,
out.
no, he knows his answer.
Watch out.
It's so out. Like he's done. Like he
And
has.
replacement,
Yeah.
potential replacement.
Mourinho.
See, I would
more
say I
power to
want
the
Mourinho, but he
manager
doesn't
in this
fit in. If
situation.
he doesn't fit in this ownership's vision of like having a puppet, because Mourinho's gonna come and like fuck shit up if he comes in.
Yeah.
He's
But
gonna
don't you
tell the
feel
owners
that's what
to stop.
Chelsea needs?
I think he's what I think he's what he like we need, but we also need to buy like at least 5 or 6 good players, and then like they can be our like the core
Backbone.
players on the pitch. Like you can have 5 or 6 really good players and then 3 or 4
But
young
how does that
young players
happen
around
if
them.
how does that happen if you guys don't qualify for like European football, don't get that revenue, like all the
But
FFP
that's
shit?
that's why I'm like that's where I say when I'm saying I'm a Newcastle United fan, I'm being serious because we're in a huge hole. It's gonna take years to get out of. Like I don't think I'm gonna see Chelsea like competing, like really competing for the top four. I'm not forget Premier League top four for like at least the next 3 years we can't. Because there's teams like Aston Villa, there's teams like Brighton, Newcastle, even now West Ham,
Damn. Yeah.
like they have winning mentalities, they have squads for now that will outcompete us in the next 3 years easily. And like it's not just gonna like switch on for these players right now. Like things need to change. And that
Okay.
maybe with the manager
So
and like
you're calling for Jose, sorry.
I think that would be the best choice. But if
So
we could
basically,
In
what we can take away is that Chelsea fans want it to be 2004.
yeah,
You
yeah.
want to turn the clock back
I mean, no
to
shit. We'd rather
2022.
have Abramovich than this fucking clown who doesn't know. I'm pointing towards Star because, like, yeah, like
Well,
then,
in
then
Paddy's own words, I asked him earlier in the week, right after Chelsea lost, if he'd take Jose over Poch, and he said he would commit murder, he would kill Poch, go to jail for 20 years, not watch Chelsea just to have Jose replace him.
just to salvage the rest of the season, to be honest, winning the Carling Cup this season would be amazing. That like even if we finish
It
10th,
hasn't been the Carling Cup in like since
Ages,
I know,
2004.
I know for some
Since
reason I was like,
2004, it hasn't
I
been
was
the Carling
blanking
Cup.
on the name. I was blanking on the name. What is it though? Like
Carabao
The
Cup.
Carabao
About
Cup.
Carabao Cup. Yeah, we win. We win the Carabao Cup and like we have like I don't know maybe a decent run in the FA Cup and we come like 10th.
Okay.
I honestly take that and say
I
goodbye
think
to
Carabao
Poch.
Cup's a good like that's a
Yeah.
good thing for you
Yeah, I
guys.
mean
Yeah.
at least like if we can compete yeah that if so we can get into Europe and compete in like the Europa Conference League or some shit like that. That would
Yeah,
also
yeah.
be
Yeah.
unbelievable.
We'll
Like
see.
if we
It's
could experience
promising.
it, the
It's
players
promising.
also. Huh?
It's forcing. Pochin!
Promising.
Pochin!
No,
Watching, you have
not
a
with
young
Poch.
squad.
None of this is with Poch. This is this is not happening with Poch. If we can, like, Mourinho comes in, we can win these things. We can
Yeah.
make these things reality. But otherwise, it's
Mm,
Yeah.
interesting.
and
Okay,
moving
should we pivot now? I
yeah,
feel
Let
like
moving into
everybody
player
tune out
unrest.
if we keep talking about Chelsea.
yeah,
It's
let
pretty sad.
Dude, we could be here for like 6 hours and still have like things to say about how shit Chelsea are. So we should move on.
Okay, so I have something I want to talk about, and it's United related. I'd like to talk about player descent in United, and there's three instances: Ronaldo, Sancho, and Rashford. What are the differences between these three situations, in your guys' opinions?
Rashford in a bitch, first of all. The Sancho one was really stupid. I feel like anyone in their right mind would have just apologized. Like, sure, like a manager was trying something, or you go talk to him and be like that wasn't cool. I didn't think that was fine. Like, go talk to him. What's the point of like what did Sancho think he was going to get by like opening it publicly? It's like in your family, if you have a fight with your mother, you don't go and post it on Instagram, be like, my mom said some shit about me. Like, you go talk to your mother and you be like, oh yeah, okay, like that was wrong. We had a fight,
Speaking
whatever.
of, happy birthday to your mother, dude.
Oh yeah, happy
Like,
birthday, ma. Shout
happy
out.
birthday, Auntie.
And so if you have a fight with that, like you don't go like screaming out to the public, being like, "Oh, I had a fight, I had a fight." Like you go talk to your mom, you start the fight out. So
Yeah.
Sanchez was very stupid, and Ronaldo, I think, is just a diva. Like after
Yeah.
being like while being contracted by Man United, if you go on Piers Morgan of all people in the world show, like I don't know, I just don't know, dude. Like he's just
Yeah.
a diva. And no, there's one thing I want to say about Ronaldo. Like he in that interview, he said like when his father got sick, so Alex was like, "Of course you have to go right now." Like I understand that completely, but he also has to understand that's a different era of football. Like that's an era of football where people in any case would like give their heart and soul for the club, like slide into challenges, like give everything for the club, and that's why you allow them those privileges of like if family is sick, like you go, like if like the era we're in now, like Rashford, what he just did, he just said, I was sick, I can't show up for training, but he was partying out in Belfast. Like, how can you trust a team to be like, okay, fine, yeah, like you have to earn that trust, you have to earn that liberty, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like also like I don't know the details about how sick his son was or what the situation with his family was, Ronaldo's,
Mhm.
when this happened and that specific instance. And I feel like it's obviously in his interest to make it sound pretty bad, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So I don't know what the details are of that, but I
But
won't
I think
comment.
there's
Like
actually
I was
something
actually
because
sick. Sorry.
there's like a miscarriage or something like that.
Yeah, if his wife had a miscarriage, then that's actually like, or his
yeah,
partner had a
fair
miscarriage,
enough.
that's a really big deal. Like you have to be
Yeah,
there, and if you didn't get paid for that, it's pretty fucked.
no, yeah, fair.
But it's pretty fucked, definitely. But what's different about Sancho, Ronaldo, and Rashford is that Sancho and Ronaldo took it public,
Yeah, exactly.
and Rashford dealt with it internally. Like he probably went up to Ten Hag, be like, "Yo, I'm sorry,"
Yeah.
and like
That's also
I like if you go public, then that's not allowed. You
Exactly.
can't do that.
Exactly. That's what I was
And
saying, right? Like you keep it in the family, like you're meant to be us against everyone else, not
yeah.
like me and the press guy, this me and Fabrizio Romano against everyone else. Like, bro,
So do you
like
think it's becoming like that because of social media a little bit? Because players have like this voice that they didn't have before, and like they have this platform that they didn't have before.
probably. I think to some extent. I think regardless, I think you still gotta keep it in house. Like there's certain
Yeah,
things like in a team and like it happened with Roy Keane and Sir Alex.
yeah,
All of these, it's always meant like you fix it within
yeah,
itself. Ronaldo's thing, I think, is a little bit different because I think he obviously is not like any player that you find
yeah,
yeah,
find him so rarely.
yeah,
I think he was used to the fact that like when he came in, he was not performing. Like no matter who you are, no one's bigger than the club.
yeah,
yeah,
For
exactly.
a player like him to understand that. And
Exactly.
yeah,
whatever happened, like no matter what, like I don't care if you're playing only like the last 3 minutes of the top
Yeah,
games.
exactly.
If the manager says that you can go play your 3 minutes, I don't care what kind of player you are,
Yeah,
yeah.
play your 3 minutes, then you go talk to the manager
yeah,
about that. If you make it a whole
You
public
can't be
deal,
walking out of the
yeah,
like
exactly.
out of the thing at half
Yeah,
time. You can't be like leaving at 90 minutes. All that shit. That's
yeah.
terrible.
Like,
And
yeah.
if you're talking
like
about
I
this,
get.
like feel like a leadership, like have a leadership position in the club,
Mhm.
like fucking Ronaldo, dude. He should be like setting an example
Exactly.
for younger players.
Exactly. Like, what does that show? Like the young players, like Kobe Mainu, Garnacho, like they have to do the same thing, right? Like they were in the same position as Ronaldo, they're on the bench. So, as a leader of the club, shouldn't you show, like, okay, even if the manager puts me on for 3 minutes, I'm going to give it at all my 3 minutes
Yeah,
so that next week I have a better chance of not being on the bench and starting.
yeah.
And just
And for a player like Ronaldo, he should also understand like his like he
like
can't press, bro. And that was when United were trying
Yeah,
to create
exactly.
a pressing structure.
old.
But
He
Exactly.
can't
sometimes,
be playing the entire game.
but my problem with Ronaldo is that he isn't really a team. Like he's too
He's never
focused on
been.
himself. He's not a
He's
Yeah.
team
never been.
player.
Yeah. Like
And
the only reason he was doing so well at United the first time was because he had two workhorses in Rooney and Tevez
Yeah.
beside him, who would do all the work for him.
But he's also a very different player than he was then.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Just like
different
injury
player.
and stuff.
Yeah.
so, what do you guys think? Like, was that, like he's maybe like 20, 25 goals in all
Can you repeat
competitions?
that?
No, I got it. I think I got it. Like he did, but like I don't know. Watching that United team that year, first under Ole and then under Ragnick, you were like okay, he didn't like take a game by the balls and just be like, okay, fine, like I'm gonna show what I am. Like
Yeah.
everything you expected out of Ronaldo, I think we didn't get a lot of it. Like no leadership, no like game managing ability. Like he always looked like, oh, why am I here? Why am I like I'm getting frustrated?
Yeah.
It's all about me, not about like how can I help the
Did you
team?
guys watch the Beckham documentary?
Yeah,
Do you remember them talking about when he was just made England captain and there was a lot of like dissent against him, a lot
yeah,
of public backlash, and
yeah,
then he just took the game by the balls. Like he was like running for every ball, every challenge, carrying the ball,
exactly.
like literally like fueling the team, and then that fuels
Yeah,
the entire team around him, and that makes a difference, dude. Like that's the type of shit a player like Ronaldo should be doing, like hyping everyone up, not
yeah.
like
No, you
draining
can
energy
see
from
it like
people.
with Bruno, like he, like even if we're down 1 goal, 2 goals, like he will still run after every ball. He will still
Yeah,
chase down every tackle. Like
very
you
ineffectively
see it.
sometimes, but he's
That
still
is a
doing it.
little on the line there because I've also seen him complain about everything, which really pisses. But he
Moans
runs.
way
His
too
work rate
much.
is there.
Moans way too much.
Dude,
Yeah.
He's
Bruno
a moaner. He's
Fernandez.
a moaner.
All I see Bruno Fernandez do is throw his hands up in the air, whether it's to the referee or someone who didn't pass to him. He just throws his hands up in the air
Yeah.
and does some
Yeah.
like
But
he looks
talking about the
so
Sancho
sluggish.
situation. Sorry, Patty, you were saying something?
No, yeah, he just looks so like he doesn't look like the captain of your club. Like he looks like he's someone
Yeah.
who has an attitude and
If Maguire didn't get like the perception that Maguire had, he'd actually be like a really good captain.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Maguire needs to be doing like if Maguire now became captain, I would get it. Like Maguire needs to be like secure
Maguire had his
himself.
Maguire had a season where he started every single game.
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. He was secure in himself. That was before the Greece thing happened. That was before United became shit. Like we had a really good year when he started every single game. So I'm saying, like, if Maguire's secure in himself, then he could be like a great captain. Sure, I get it. But when he
Yeah.
was insecure and when he was captain, it was just like we felt like him, like our legs were shaky. We're like, oh, I don't know, am I gonna make a bad pass? Like you
Yeah,
just don't.
that's what I'm saying. Like if Maguire didn't have that dip,
Yeah,
he'd be a great captain.
yeah.
So I just need to touch upon the Ronaldo thing actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You think that he has carried us a couple games, to be
He
fair to
did,
him.
he definitely did.
Like his Champions League run, that Tottenham game,
No.
I think the
Yeah.
problem there was that
There's no taking away from him. He's one of the he is I think the greatest goal scorer of like
Yeah.
I just think
of
he
players.
he wasn't able to accept the fact that his style of play had to change. Because when he had to
Yeah.
take his chances and like his movement, like if he adapted according to his age and like the way he had to play, he did take those games in his hands. Like the Tottenham
Okay,
game,
no, fair.
he carried.
Yeah.
Uh, couple Champions League runs, he carried. But
Yeah.
But
that
do you
leader-
think his overall impact on the club for those like 1.5, 2 years or whatever he was at, like, do you think that was a positive impact? Like,
I think it was a net
take it all
negative.
into account, like leadership, goals.
I think it was a net negative because United were also on an uphill, like it was looking upwards for Ole.
And
And then I don't think we wanted Ronaldo. We didn't
yeah,
go for Ronaldo.
yeah.
We were
And I
coaxed
remember
into
Change
playing
our style
Ronaldo
of
because
play.
of the threat of him going to City.
Yeah.
And
So it
the
was like
money
United
that they
could
made
not
to do
get
that
him.
was like business wise, it was insane. Like they made so
Yeah.
much money.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Ronaldo like didn't actually want to go to City because there's no way Pep would have played him like someone who like with the work rate of Ronaldo, like he wouldn't have played
Yeah.
the same the amount of minutes that he expects
I
to
think there was some shady business going on there to make him like again it speaks to like his like if it was constructed that he was going to do a deal with City so that United inevitably had
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. Like his agent George Mendes is meant to be one of the best agents in the world, like who does bad shit. So I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him, but like
George Mendes
see,
runs a cartel, dude, with like
yeah,
footballers, with Portuguese
yeah,
footballers.
and
And
Mourinho,
like if you look at Wolves is filled with
Portuguese
with players
players.
that have George Mendes as their Portuguese players that have George
Yeah.
Mendes as their
agent.
agent.
Well,
Yeah.
Wolves is
It's like
basically Portugal, bro.
Yeah, Portugal
yeah,
B.
There was no time
Portugal
where,
B
like
team.
I think like 8 of their players, like honestly, in a starting 11, 8 of their players were Portuguese
Yeah, it's crazy.
and Portuguese manager.
Yeah, but yeah.
About
So what do you get?
player power. Sorry. But really
Wait,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
sorry, isn't the Wolves manager Gary O'Neill?
Now it was Gary.
He
Now
just
it's
got
Gary
appointed.
O'Neill. There was a time where they had a
Nuno. They had Nuno. No.
Yeah, they also. I think before him also there was a Portuguese manager,
Oh, okay.
but
No, which are you were saying?
Well, player power, I think so. There's one aspect, and I think there has to be a balance. So we've touched upon the fact that okay, like your manager is your manager, you back him and like it stays in the club and some
Yeah,
authority has to be there, otherwise all it's gonna like break loose. But also
yeah,
like in football to some extent, like I can see people have made the argument that the players know like what's best to some extent. Because you get a new manager that comes in, they like it's hard to like control the dressing room like from like as soon as you walk in. So some players when they try to now the Sancho situation or not like that, but
yeah.
like players also have like a big voice in the dressing room and the way the club is run. So I
Sure.
could see people making like it's not player power.
Mhm.
I think that's like a
It's dynamics.
yeah, like you have to
Yeah.
find like
Yeah,
a balance.
Chemistry.
Yeah, like all the like John Terry in the Chelsea dressing room has like such a big voice.
Yeah.
Like, he was there with the like it's what you do with that authority and power you have as a player. Like that's why you need like leaders in a team.
Yeah.
Um, and that you don't
yeah,
like you do find nowadays, but it's harder to find it as compared to like the
Yeah.
past.
And it
yeah,
also makes the manager's transition easier, I feel. Like if you have a settled dressing room with a settled captain who knows what they're doing, the players know each other well, it helps a new manager who's coming in immensely because like he may find it tough to get into that same bond with the players, but at least his dressing room is settled. Like you're not having players it's not proven, but everyone sees it. Like if a manager is having a downtime, the players just be shit also. Then you get a new manager,
yeah,
and instantly everyone is good again.
yeah, no, I agree.
yeah.
It always
So
happens.
that's
Like
why I have
mid-season change.
Carlo behind
From
me,
Carlo.
Don Carlo, because I feel like he's like the perfect example of someone who's like, of course, Real Madrid is doing everything right, but he
Yeah.
also is doing everything right. Like he got a player in Jude Bellingham, who's played
Ten.
as like a number six, number eight, like in all his previous roles. But he's realized that he's an attacking player.
Yeah.
Send
Yeah.
him up 10.
Yeah.
Like figure your formation out around this new star boy.
Yeah.
So you have like he's satisfied, everybody's satisfied, everybody in the club is like there's like no unhappy people in the club.
Mhm. But
And
what do
then
you
also like
Paddy, you were saying something?
he was also a beast as a player. And then there's stories of him also like his wife, okay, has a helicopter license.
Okay.
Who's
Carlo
Don
Ancelotti's wife
Carlo.
has a helicopter license. Okay, I was listening to a podcast of Boateng on Rio Ferdinand's podcast.
I
Oh damn.
Yeah, and he was saying this, and Carlo Ancelotti's wife would drop him to training in a fucking helicopter,
Oh damn.
and this guy pulls up to training in a helicopter. Like he was like, I think he was AC Milan captain, right?
Yeah.
In his playing
Yeah, I think he was.
yeah, and he won like a lot of shit. Like
Yeah.
he's like good ass manager. He's
Yeah.
like everybody respects him. Nobody's gonna question Carlo
Yeah.
Ancelotti. And so like when the manager also has that authority,
Mhm.
but at the same time he's not trying to impose his authority. It's just it works well.
yeah
Like the dynamic is organic. It's not like he's trying to
yeah.
enforce rules or something like that.
But wasn't Ancelotti was the one who went to Everton like in the middle, no, for like a year.
Yeah, and then he
And
got
he was
James
at
Rodriguez.
Bayern before that for like a year.
Yeah,
Wasn't Ancelotti the one who Robin came out and he chatted shit about and he's like his training sucked, like they're the worst, we don't do anything and shit like that.
yeah. So that's what I feel like it works with certain players. I think it wouldn't work at a club like Bayern, where
Yeah,
there's like regimented programs and shit.
yeah.
But like whatever, like again, Tifo has a video analyzing Carlo Ancelotti's managerial style, and it's essentially just figuring out what players he has, what
Mhm.
their strengths are, and figuring out the best way to play that. He doesn't have like a set philosophy. He doesn't have like a set way that he thinks football should be played. It's just okay. These are the players I have. This is what they're good at. Let's figure out a way to make them play like this.
Mhm.
So his trainings are also like laissez-faire types, because like
Yeah.
he's always been blessed with like world-class players. So it's like, okay, Robin, if you want to keep doing cut-ins from the left side and take shots in the left corner,
Yeah.
go keep doing that on your side in the training. Like, what am I gonna do sitting here trying to teach you guys? I
Mhm.
think that's his attitude.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think a manager like that is what Chelsea needs right now, just to save their season. Just like I think like someone who can just like work with the players that they have and like find a good way to make them fit and like play together.
Yeah.
Because that's what you mean Carlo does. That like
Yeah. But I
he-
don't think Carlo's a disciplinarian.
Yeah, I think Chelsea need a disciplinarian. They're all kids. Give them
Yeah,
a school
someone who's a
principal,
stickler.
tell them what to do, and
we
they'll.
And
we need
Poch is
we
like the
need a
nice
manager
guy
like a
version, right? Like you need someone who's like a little bit of a military guy. Like,
Yeah, Poch is like that history teacher. He'll be all cool. You'll hang out with him, all that shit. I think
bro.
you need like one math teacher, one principal to just count and paste all these Chelsea boys.
you need like Diego Simone, make everybody run like
Yeah.
15K before
Oh, by the way,
training.
he's out of a contract this summer, I think.
Who?
Oh,
No.
damn.
Mioni.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Okay.
I think give
Bro,
him either this summer or like a year from now. But he's
And he's been linked with Chelsea quite a bit, no, in the past.
bro,
Has
who
he?
honestly
manager.
who hasn't been linked with Chelsea, bro? Like we've literally had every new season we get a new manager. Some seasons we're blessed to get two or three different managers.
No,
It's
but would you say just sticking with the manager, like with United, we saw like we have so many managers throughout. Sometimes, like my opinion on Ten Hag is you just stick with the manager, you back him. He's
Mhm.
like setting some sort of tone. We can see like a style of
Yeah.
football.
Yeah.
Like you just need that consistency. Like not everyone has
Yeah.
a good season,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
bro.
couple seasons.
It's very, very rare that a big club like a top six club would tolerate a manager not doing well in their first three seasons. And like
No, but
I think
he's saying you have to get the 3 seasons, right? Like a lot of times in clubs like Chelsea United, you don't even get those 3 seasons.
I'm not saying you
With
progress.
the
Chelsea,
demands are
it's been
so
a
high.
norm. With United, that's still like with Roman Abramovich, it was like a norm. If you 8 months, that's your trial period. If you're not there, you're out. Right?
And
Like
it
that's
worked. I mean, look at us. Like we won
it
two Champions
works. It
Leagues. We
works.
won like three or four Premier League, five Premier Leagues in the last like 20
It
years.
definitely worked, but that was like
With
the
so many
culture of the
cups.
club. With
And
United, there's a new culture that needs to be created.
yeah. No, but I also feel like that was a different era in the Premier League. Like, apart from the top 6, like, if you just got a new manager, he could do top 4 easy, like 10 years ago. But now you have so many new clubs, West Ham, Aston Villa, Newcastle, like, who are all challenging or playing good football. Like, before that, you used to have like one time Newcastle will come third, everyone be like, oh shit, that was a mad season. But apart from that, the top 4, 5, 6, you should just be the big 6.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's true. Yeah, and you need like stability to like build and grow. But like you also need to know when you come to top six club, you don't have like 1 or 2 years to make an impact. You have to have the skill set and the ability to just make an impact straight away. Or it's like because like how can the fans like look at Chelsea fans right now? We're 12th, we're 11th this season, we finished 12th last season. Like how long do you think we're gonna like be, oh yeah, we'll give it time. People are calling for Poch's head, like literally and figuratively.
Well,
Like,
that you'll always get though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not saying Poch should stay because obviously like there are like I'm not
yeah,
saying
if
he's
we find the right manager and give him, then I'm happy to give him time. Like if we're playing good football but losing games, okay, fine.
like
There's
there has
like,
to be some sort of progress. Yeah,
yeah, it has to like be moving forward. Like and like, yeah, I mean, even if you look at
that's
like
what you all
Arteta,
need.
like,
Like you need a manager that you'll stick with now and like like not rebuild. You have like a decent team. Like you just
No,
stick with your.
dude,
well,
we
I
do
don't know.
not
I
have any
feel like
fucking
you
I
have
don't
to
think
Newcastle.
see
you'll have a bad team.
glimpses. I feel like you have to see glimpses of like hope, possibility. Like that's why a lot of fans are still Ten Hag in. Like our season by no means has been good so far. But
Yeah,
you
but
see hope, you see the building.
yeah.
Sorry,
No,
sorry.
because there's some like style of
This
football being established.
Yeah,
Like we can see
yeah.
what
yeah.
like I can do.
And I like I honestly I think in the last 2 months United have done really well. Like at least in their style of play, like hitting really fast, like quick football to get to the top of the pitch. I
Yeah.
it's pretty. It's pretty exciting. And then you also have the fight and the mentality to score last minute goals, last minute winners, and like
So,
McSaul,
But we
even
also like have the mentality to concede in
yeah,
the second half quite a lot.
I mean, as long as your team is working together and backing
But
you
yeah,
up,
yeah,
I mean, yeah, you may not be playing the greatest football that you love to watch every week, but like if you're grinding out results, even if it's a 1-0 or a 2-1, if you're grinding them out, like you're moving up the table, you're getting to a point where you can get better players and then like slowly build and like pick
yeah,
and choose which type of like players that you can have and you don't want to have. But like if you're not making that progress, like it's so difficult because you're like right now, like when you had an injury crisis, you're changing team literally every week. You
yeah,
haven't had a
yeah.
stable back
There's no
four.
stability.
yeah.
Yeah,
So you
players
can't
don't get
like
used
do
to each other.
yeah, you can't like make a
Yeah,
decision on like who's actually playing well. Like, what's your best 11? Like, you
Yeah.
have no clue.
yeah. Like player chemistry is a real thing. Like with our friends also.
Yeah.
Like we'll give them a shout out.
Go back.
The classic combination I can think of is Krish and Omkar.
Christian
Yeah.
Omkar, oh yeah, for sure.
It's like Krish automatically knows where Omkar's running to. Like as a centre mid, he knows where his striker is running before he even looks up because they've been playing together for so long. So it's like
Yeah.
that type of dynamic definitely makes a difference. I notice it.
That's why when you saw, I think United's best game of football has been like when Shaw and Rashford have played like down
Yeah.
left. They've been doing
Yeah,
pretty
they know what's going on. Yeah,
like I was it. I don't remember. It was Wolves or the
It
game
was
before.
Wolves. It was Wolves. It was Wolves.
I think it was the best like lineup we have that we could put out there.
Yeah. I
You have
completely
Martinez
agree.
back. You have
Varane.
you have Casemiro. All like our strongest
No
11.
Mount in your best 11. I
I
think,
think Kobe has overtaken him, bro.
guys,
I think
honestly,
Mount was a mistake in the first place.
you're misplaying him. Like he is not a deep lying midfielder, and you don't want to play
I'm
him
saying
yeah.
we never needed him. Bruno Fernandez is there taking his position. We
I
like he
feel like we
wasn't
will need
somebody
him.
needed.
Like if we like also right now we're playing in only one competition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we're gonna need the depth if we're playing in three competitions in the
Yeah.
future. And
But
like
that
he's
guy
a very
can't see
beneficial
it.
player. Like let's say you're playing like some like a very gritty team
Hmm.
from like lower down and you need someone to lead a press. Mason
Yeah.
Mount is your perfect, he's your man.
And also very versatile,
Like
can play on the right, left.
he
Yeah,
plays the
I
right
think
left, like
he's a
from
number
outside
eight,
he
bro.
leads
Like
the
if he
press
plays
and
on
then
one
you're
side,
sorry?
like if you had like a three-man midfield with a six and then like two attacking eights, oh yeah,
Yeah.
basically attacking eights, he would be perfect. Like what Arsenal
Perfect in
did.
one of the attacking aids, yeah.
Yeah, like he should have gone to Arsenal or Liverpool. I feel like he
I
would have
don't.
done.
Yeah,
No,
I
but
don't.
I think that's what he was bought for, right? But like I think United then realized that Casemiro doesn't maybe have the legs that he once used to, so he can't play as a lone CDM. So you need someone like Menu who
Mount
stays
can't
back a bit
play
more.
like drop back. Like he doesn't drop back deep into
Yeah,
the defense.
no,
Like
exactly. But I think that's where the mistake was. Like we needed a player kind of
yeah,
like Menu who still sits more than he goes forward, but Mount is
We
more
needed Frankie de Jong.
like
Frankie
But
de
we got
Jong.
Amrabat. We got Amrabat for that. His role is never to be
Yeah.
CDM. His
Amrabat
role is
is
to
not
be
good
like a
enough for
midfielder.
United, bro.
But
I don't know. We need to
like
give him time, bro.
his depth is there. Like that's what he's
Yeah.
there for.
Yeah,
Because Casper is injured, they got a CDM so that he
yeah,
can. Now he also got
yeah.
injured. That's an issue. But
Yeah.
I think paying 75 million for Mount, who's supposed to be a squad player, who just came back from injury and had one or maybe two, if we push it, two insane seasons at Chelsea as a cam.
Yeah.
I don't think
It's a very
75.
United transfer.
Yeah.
I
It's
think that
Very
Woodward
classic.
transfer. It's definitely a Woodward transfer. Big
Yeah.
name, big money, shit
and
player.
English tax are gonna get.
Not a shit player, come
Yeah,
on.
I know. It just sounded better as a phrase.
Yeah.
I think that money could have gone somewhere else. I think personally,
Yeah.
a lot of people like Mount. I don't like. We've seen how many games of him and what has he done?
You know,
Like
I feel in United he could still do well, but he needs more time. Like he's only played like 6, 7 games for us, a completely new team, a completely new system.
But he's injured. He's injured. He's got like, why would you pay 75 million for a player that's just come back from injury? And he's had like what maybe 1, 2 good seasons at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand the logic of buying him. Like he was not like
I mean,
I
bro, honestly, I
I think
kind
it's
of
for
see it.
depth.
No, honestly, I kind of see it because if you look at our starting lineup last year, most of our midfield was Casemiro, Ericsson, Bruno, and everyone realized that Ericsson just cannot play more than 60 minutes of football on a given day. So, like, you take Ericsson's skill set, which is a good passer, who can play good passes in midfield. Like you take that main skill set of his, you look at Mount. Mount is a great passer, and also he gets that work rate. Like I remember when I used to not watch Chelsea that often, Paddy used to tell me every single game, even if Mount is shit, he will run behind the ball all 90 minutes, chase it, give it
Yeah.
a so I think I kind of get it. You get the logic behind it, but it just hasn't
He's
worked out.
not the player that's going to do things that'll end up on the highlight reel, but he's the type
Yeah,
of player, one, you want in the dressing room, like the type of character,
yeah,
and two, like he's like the type of player you need. You need like players like that in your squad.
yeah,
Like earlier, Duan, you were talking about like someone who leads the press, right? Like, who sets an
Yeah,
example
yeah,
at the tempo of how like you should like keep the
out of
opposition
possession.
out of possession, exactly. Like he, like under Tuchel, oh my God, dude! Like he used to motivate Havertz. He used to run past Havertz to go close down a player, and Havertz
Yeah,
looks at him and just like shit.
like a
Like
sheep.
what am I
Yeah,
doing? And then this
yeah,
guy was just like runs like a dog. Then, bro, like
yeah,
Havertz's passing abilities like was learned from like Mount because
yeah,
like Mount used to pump the team up so much, bro. Like it was crazy, and he used to pump the crowd up. Like that's what I was talking about. The crowd at Chelsea used to be so is just like pathetic. Like
yeah,
they, they don't make any like there's no chanting, there's no like uh, feel, there's no
yeah.
atmosphere. It's boring
That'll
as
come back in due course. Like
let's see, bro. This
we'll
is
see. Yeah,
my opinion, but I think it's going to be a flop. I liked him at Chelsea. He was a good player. I don't
yeah.
think he's going to.
I'm
I don't
willing
think
to
He's
wager
going
you
to be
that
a
he
squad
won't.
player. Like, or maybe we'll sell him so we can like buy some other players because we need to
yeah.
sell players.
That'll also be lot. No one's going to buy him for 75 million.
No, I think he's gonna be a great United player. I think you guys should just
I
give him
hope
some
so.
time,
I
give
hope
him
so.
some, have some hope, bro. Have some belief. He's Paris' favorite player of all time. He's moved from Chelsea to United. The least
All
we can give
time.
him is a couple years.
not all the time.
Oh, I thought you've gone for
But he was
want
like he's a Chelsea lad, bro. Like
Yeah, he was a very
you
he's
can't
I
very
like
be
tough
that.
guy
honest.
not
Did
to
you
like.
cry? Did you cry real tears when Mount left?
Dude, I was very disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and to go to United, I at least wanted something good for his career, like Arsenal or Liverpool. This lad's gone to United, now he's injured again there. That was the
Yeah.
sad. He's never gonna see a trophy in his life now.
He'll
He was
see
never
one
gonna see
sooner
him
than if
stay
he
with
stayed at
Chelsea.
Chelsea. At least he sees
With
the top
Chelsea.
half of the
We're in the
table.
cup final, fam. We're in the cup final
At least
right
he
now.
sees the top half of the table, bro.
Yeah, fair, fair, fair.
But yeah,
But yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
I think
do
we
we
should.
have any other topics to discuss today?
I don't think so. We've actually diverted from player power or whatever, but
Yeah, a lot.
We have different player
Dude,
power.
honestly,
like
we
I
should have
said,
never started with the Chelsea thing. I'm so riled up right now.
I think we should all leave and we should just let Paddy rant for another hour.
I just like
We can
I
put that
wrote
in
the
also.
post credits so
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The post credits is just Paddy ranting.
about Chelsea. I'll actually do one for you guys, and then we can add it to one of our videos. I'll give Tom Bowley a shout out though.
Your feelings on Todd Bowley should not be put on YouTube,
Oh
bro.
yeah, we'll get
I don't
demonetized
Yeah,
think
for
if
sure.
it is,
I think they're a little too
YouTube would allow
explicit.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
certain words he's been called should never be uttered out of a person's mouth only, but it's fine.
dude. Now he brings that out of you. Like I'm a nice guy. I don't think like that, but he brings it out of you, bro.
But yeah, I think it's been a while. I think we should call it.
All it.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll see you guys next week.
And like, share, and subscribe. You have to see it, dude. You have to see it.
We need 300 guys. Come on, please.
Come
300.
on, road to 300 subs.
Yeah,
We'll be
let's
sponsoring
let's
our
let's
show
make that
by
happen soon.
Yeah. All right. See you guys.
See you guys.